Hi, Kirsten here, and today our guest is Lennard. So, how are you?
Hi, thanks. I'm quite fine.
Okay. But tell us about yourself a little.
Yeah, my name is Lennard. I'm 28 years old. I hail from Germany, and at the moment I'm in a training to become a certified youth worker, also preschool teacher, also kindergartner. It's quite a broad term in Germany, and with that certificate I can work in either kindergarten or a school or a youth center, for example. And since I'm working in a kindergarten in Germany, we are supposed to experience a second field of work, and we were able to do that abroad as well. So
Okay.
I kind of took the chance to do it in some country I've never really been in, and wanted to experience something new.
Okay, great. But for the first question, what inspired you to come to Estonia and specifically choose Saue Youth Center for your internship?
So we wrote our applications, and at the beginning we all thought about like there's four of us. We thought about going somewhere to the north, and we only heard good things about the youth work or about educational systems in, for example, Finland or Estonia. So we kind of wanted to get a closer look, and then it was just, I don't know, some deciding between different countries, and that's like a tip on the scale was that I've been in Tallinn 6 years ago. So before I've never been to Finland, so I could just say, Tallinn was very nice. I want to go to Estonia a second time, and I'm very glad I did that.
Okay.
And additionally, I haven't found much information about that, but when I was staying here, my mother wrote to me that she found out that my great-grandma is supposed to be born somewhere here in Estonia.
Okay.
But as we don't have a place of birth, it's very difficult to get to know more about that. So
Yeah.
I haven't been successful in digging deeper.
Okay. How has your experience been adapting to a new culture and working with Estonian youth?
Very nice. So at the beginning, I was very, very nervous because although the exchange between me and Are had been very nice, and I had a good feeling about it. Also, I had a nice report of the student that was here a year before me, Finn Vetter. He also went to this youth center, and he presented his experiences to our class. And so I was convinced that Saue Youth Center would be a nice fit, and nice colleagues, and I would get to know the Estonian youngsters and youths. It was, at the beginning, I was kind of shy, kind of timid, because I wasn't really sure how well I would be communicating with them, because although almost all of Estonians are kind of bilingual with Estonian and English, was kind of a challenge. But most of the time it went very well, and I think I've connected to a lot of youths here, and built a kind of a nice and also a little trusting relationship, depending on the time that I've been here.
Okay. What are the biggest differences you notice between your work in Germany and Estonia?
So sadly, I haven't got that much of experience in youth work in Germany. And that's also one of the bigger differences, I think, between Estonia and Germany. It's the culture surrounding youth centers, for example. So it's not that common in Germany to visit youth centers because there's quite a social stigma around that. So it's usually, although that doesn't have to be the case, but sometimes it's also a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing, that youth centers are places for youths that have nothing else to do and don't want to be at home because their home is not a peaceful place. And so it's kind of looked down to visit a youth center. That's why I haven't visited youth centers in my life before. And it's something I, like in hindsight, I think I miss, because being here as an adult is a nice experience, but I think being here as a teenager would also have been very nice. Another big difference, I think, like just from talking a lot to my colleagues, is the finances, the funding. So it's last week the only youth center in my hometown has closed in Germany. So there's not a single youth center or like a more or less official room for meeting and for being exposed to youth work in a city of 45,000 people. So that kind of makes it obvious which kind of a standing youth work, especially exceeding kindergarten age, has in Germany. Like it's very down, very low on the ladder.
Okay.
So not prioritized. And I've got the feeling that the funding here in Estonia it's all in all just better. Also, there's more of a political lobby for youths, as far as I've kind of experienced.
Okay. How do you feel the internship here has influenced your personal and professional growth?
For my professional growth, I think I've learned quite some new things. Just like it's not really. It's a little about methods. It's a little about techniques, but it's more or less the social approach to get people to excited to do something, because more or less the activities you kind of offer in a youth center, they aren't far from doing activities in a kindergarten, especially if the younger children, like the 7, 8, 9-year-olds are present. But in a kindergarten, they kind of have to be there. And here you have to get the people excited to do something. You have to talk to them, and you have to get to know them and their interests. And from that point on, you can design an activity or think of an activity, or even it's better if you talk with them about what you could offer together, so they can participate in that, and maybe offer an activity of their own, maybe in some kind of field I myself don't know that much about. For example, something electronics-wise. So that's not my specialty. And if a teenager tells me, "Oh wow, I've got an idea, we could build something," for example, the LED workshop teenager has offered a few weeks ago. That was a nice idea. Also, professional growth is like getting to know a new team. So I've worked in the same kindergarten for 1.5 years now, and it's always a nice experience to go somewhere and to meet a bunch of new people you're you kind of have to get along with. And it's even nicer if you are going along with them, so getting along with them. It's so working with nice colleagues is also a very important thing. Yeah. So for both professional and personal growth, it's also, I haven't been talking that much English in a while. So it's maybe ever. And it's kind of getting me out of my comfort zone of just speaking my native tongue. And as we are living as 4 people in Tallinn, we're kind of getting back into the comfort zone by just speaking German at the end of the day. But when I'm here, it's just non-stop speaking in English and also trying to get to know some Estonian, trying to freshen up on the little Russian I remember from the language courses when I was in university. So it's the communication skills are something I think I could strengthen, like I could build up. Yeah, as well as the difference in culture. Like it's not that big of a difference because it's still kind of a European culture thing.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's something new and something to kind of get accommodated to.
Okay. What are some challenges you faced during your time here, and how have you overcome them?
Like at the beginning, it was just me being timid and not trying to impose myself too much on people I have just met. And of course, the usual challenges I just mentioned of speaking a different language, being in a different country altogether for 2 months. But in the end, I think there weren't that many difficulties imposed on me by working here. It was more like I've got a lot of assignments to do, like for my school while I'm here, summarizing and reflecting and feedback and so on. And there was quite a lot of miscommunication, which has caused us to be quite stressed at the moment. So I think that's more or less most of the challenge. Like it's kind of a challenge we have brought with us from Germany and not a challenge that has waited for us here in Estonia.
Okay. But if someone from Estonia wanted to visit Germany, what cultural advice or tips would you give them?
So I don't know what kind of picture the common Estonian has of Germany, because sometimes in pop culture, Germany is kind of presented as the Lederhosen and Trachten wearing Oktoberfest jolly person with a beer gut and always drinking and always it's more than that, obviously. Like it's a very, like it's also a very diverse country, and the things you should know about being in Germany, like if you are not just there for a visit, for a vacation, but for a longer time, is that you really have to get used to the bureaucracy. That's not a joke, because for example, this youth center has bought a stamp just for the interns from my school, because in Germany everything has to be printed out and signed by hand, not digitally, and also stamped. So you're in for a world of paper and printing and signing. One of the cultural, like, social differences I have experienced here is that smoking is really frowned upon. I don't smoke, so I don't care. But one of my friends smokes, and not a day goes by where he isn't where not a person looks at him and shakes their head for being young and smoking. So it's like I don't know the statistics, but I think like every third person smokes in Germany. And I haven't seen that many people here that smoke. Also, maybe the stereotype about drinking, it's kind of true. And who listens to these podcasts? Are these also younger children?
I hope not really young, but it depends.
So I kind of miss these small booths, like small kiosks, that aren't that big of a thing here, because usually when you're outside, you can just go to a kiosk and they're open till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the night, and it's just like you can buy everything there. And here, and I think it's kind of a good thing, but as I'm obviously consuming alcohol responsibly, I think I want to be able to buy a beer later 10 o'clock.
Okay. What are your favorite aspects of Estonian culture, and is there anything you miss from home?
Estonian culture.
Like some food or like some traditions?
It's not like I can pinpoint a single thing, but it's like I like generally being here. For example, just that mixture between not having that many persons come up to me and try to talk, like constantly being exposed to small talk, either by people on the street, or a waiter, for example, or for example, I don't know, just when we call an Uber, we're not pressured to have small talk, and I kind of like that, as well as if we are in need, we are immediately helped. Like it's that nice mixture between distance and politeness. I think that I really like. Also, I don't know, the streets are clean. It's I don't know, just getting to know the people and communicating with them. It was just it felt right. So it's as I said, it's not something I can really put a finger on it. I can really define which exact part of Estonian culture I like the most. It's just the whole that I think is kind of beautiful, and I kind of like it. But what I'm missing from home is good bread.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not fond of Estonian bread, I'm sorry.
It's okay. But you're celebrating Christmas and New Year in Germany?
Yes.
So what will you do?
My last day will be on the 20th, like this Friday, and we're going back by ferry.
Okay.
Saturday in the morning, we're going from Tallinn to Helsinki, and then there will be 36 hours of ferry, just us ferrying around to Travemünde, which is a small port city on the Baltic Sea coast in Germany, and then we'll go by train down to Cologne, and we'll get to Cologne on the 23rd. And then I'm gonna be trying to pack some things, getting all the gifts together, and I think on 24th, like on the Christmas Eve, I will be traveling to my parents' house, which is further to the southwest, like it's clinging along the Dutch border, the German-Dutch border. Yeah, so it will be me and my parents and my two sisters, and we'll be celebrating, playing games.
Eating some good bread.
Yes. Gonna look forward to that. And this year's New Year's Eve, I will be at a friend's house in a city nearby. Yeah, just I think just 10 people, and we're not having any what's it called, any rockets or something like that. It's just we're gonna have we always call it a burger street.
Ooh, okay.
So it's you can grab a plate and you can just go along the counter and pick up the buns and the it's not the meat, but like we're not doing it with meat, but kind of the what's it called? Usually the meat thing you put on a burger.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
I get
missing
it, yeah.
the word at the moment. And you're kind of just building your burger like a Build-A-Bear. And at the end, with just us eating burgers and celebrating and just generally having a good time. And I'm looking forward to seeing my friends and also my family again.
Okay, that's great. And for the last question, what advice do you have for young people that have a long future ahead of them?
I myself have thought a lot about what I want to become and also who I want to become, and I've had different jobs I wanted to have, like dream jobs when I was younger, and obviously I didn't become a footballer, and I also didn't become an astronaut, and I also didn't become a famous actor. So I also wanted to become a Formula One driver at one point. But these are kind of the more utopian dreams. In the end, it's just about. I think it's not about what your dream job is, because I don't think dreams of young people should consist of working. I think working is usually just a means to be able to do the stuff you really enjoy. So, for example, my dream is it's not to become a youth worker. My dream is to help people in need, for example, or teenagers, or just be there and help educate them and help them educate themselves, for example. And also my dream is in that essence to be steady and to have a nice cozy life with my friends and my family surrounded. So it's like you don't have to dream of a job that way. You just have to dream of a way to support yourself to get to the point where you are happy. For instance, I have like when I was finished with I think the German equivalent of the high school, I started doing a year of finance school. And I figured out that it's not my cup of tea. I then studied 2 years of philology, like it's like the science of languages and also literature. And wasn't my cup of tea, because I love reading, but I don't like when I am forced to read something. And sometimes I just don't feel like reading this exact author. So it's kind of a blockade, and then I will fail my course. Doesn't work that way, sadly. And then so being a philologist also wasn't possible for me that way. I then studied social sciences and graduated in political sciences. But I kind of figured out that I neither want to be a politician, nor do I want to work in a official kind of institute, like I'm missing the English word, but I don't work in a vanavalitsus, for example. So my kind of dream was to be a positive change to society. And I figured that although it would be more efficient to kind of do it from above, like if I could put things in motion on a state level or on a federal level or even on a municipal level, there would be more people directly affected by it. But it's a movement that I'm starting from above, and movements from above rarely catch people in a way that convinces them. And so I kind of came to the conclusion that it's more effective to do it as a kind of grassroots movement kind of thing. So it's I can directly be positive influence for children and teenagers, and I don't have to kind of force them from above, but I can help them and kind of motivate them, also teach them from below. And I don't know, I think that's greatest kind of motivation I had in order to become a youth worker.
Okay, but thank you so much for coming, and see you in next episode.
Yeah, thank you.